It is not an accident. You are here, beloved. The divine clock has whispered your name, and that whisper carried you into this exact moment. Every breath you take right now is timed with heaven's rhythm, aligned with a countdown you cannot see but can already feel in your spirit. 35 minutes remain before the decree is sealed. 35 minutes before the scroll in the court of heaven closes. Do not move away. Do not skip. Stay. For every second you remain under this word, chains are already loosening, veils are already tearing, and gates are already unlocking for you, my child. You thought you stumbled here by coincidence. You thought perhaps you clicked by curiosity, but knows your name was marked in fire, and heaven pulled you into this chamber of words so you would not miss your appointment with destiny. This message is not for all. It is for the chosen, the sealed, the preserved, and that is you. Listen carefully. What you are about to hear will divide the ordinary from the destined. What you are about to hold will separate the wanderer from the marked. This is your final warning before the sealing. 35 minutes left, and already the decree trembles in the hands of angels ready to strike the gavel. You have felt the pull in your spirit for days now, the strange stirring, the heaviness in your chest, the sudden tears that came without explanation. The dream you could not fully remember, but could not forget either. Those were not accidents. Those were signals, small flames preparing you for this fire. Heaven has been whispering your way through signs that others would dismiss, but you, my beloved, you noticed, you felt it. That is why you are here. Stay with me. If you leave now, you abandon the water at the halfway mark, and the field remains thirsty. Do not step away. Let every word soak you like rain, because these words are not mine, they are decreed. I know you have been asking, why the delays? Why the silence? Why does the promise feel so far? And I say to you, delays are not denials, they are preparations. Silence is not rejection, it is strategy. Heaven was arranging the table in the presence of your enemies, so that when you sit, no one can deny that it was set for you. 30-5 minutes left. Do you feel the press in your spirit? That faint trembling in your chest? That warmth rising from your belly? That is your confirmation. Heaven confirms through your very body. Your tears, your shivers, your chills are divine signals, ink from heaven's pen writing on the scroll of your flesh. Beloved, you are not random. You are written. You are not left over. You are preserved. You are not wandering. You are marked. The storm you walked through did not erase you, it prepared you. Every rejection was not the end of your story. It was heaven's redirection. Every shaking was not your undoing. It was the fruit falling so that your hands would be ready to carry the harvest. Do not despise the shaking. Do not curse the silence. For every tremor is an announcement. Every pause is an alignment. And now the pause has ended. The alignment has begun. 35 minutes left before heaven seals the decree, and you are being written into it even now. You may feel the urge to share, to tell someone what you are hearing, but I whisper to you, not yet. Do not scatter the seed before it roots. Some miracles bloom only in silence, hidden in soil before the sun reveals them. Guard this word like a treasure, for it was entrusted to you, not to the crowd. Listen again, you are not here by mistake. The divine clock whispered your name, and you obeyed without knowing you obeyed. The countdown began the moment your eyes fell upon these words. Heaven counts not in days, but in decrees, and 35 minutes remain before the decree is sealed. Stay, do not wander. Do not be pulled away by distraction. For every moment you remain, another chain falls. For every second you linger, another gate opens. The enemy trembles because you did not scroll past. You stayed. You answered the whisper. Beloved, you have been hidden, yes. You have been overlooked, yes. But heaven hides what it intends to reveal in glory. You were hidden so that you would not be stolen. You were preserved so that you would not be corrupted. And now, in this moment, heaven speaks. You are chosen. Do you feel it? The trembling in your hands, the tears pressing against your eyes, the goosebumps rising on your skin. That is not emotion alone. That is presence. That is confirmation. That is the seal already warming itself to be placed upon your name. Do not resist. Do not fear. Do not question. Stay, for you have 35 minutes left before the decree is sealed, and every second is holy. Beloved, listen closely. The decree is not a word on paper, is a verdict in the courts of heaven. It is a scroll etched with fire, and your name has been pressed into it like gold leaf upon sacred parchment. 35 minutes remain before the gavel strikes, before what is written becomes unshakable. That is why you were pulled here. That is why you cannot look away. Heaven has been circling your life, testing the edges of your patience, refining the chambers of your heart. And though you thought you were abandoned, you were actually being prepared for this unveiling. You wondered why doors closed in your face. You asked why opportunities dissolved like vapor. And I tell you now, every counterfeit door had to shut so that when the true door opens, you will know without doubt where to step. Do you hear the rhythm? 35 minutes left. The decree is alive. With each tick of the unseen clock, angels move in formation. They stand like pillars around you, their wings raised, their eyes aflame. They are watching you now. Some of you feel their nearness of pressure at your back, a coolness brushing your skin, a weight upon your shoulders that feels like hands of light. These are confirmations. Do not dismiss them. Stay awake, my child. Stay present. For as you hear these words, the scroll is unrolling. I see names glowing like fire in the script of heaven, and yours is among them. You are inscribed not in ink, but in flame. That is why the storms could not drown you. That is why the fire could not consume you. You are marked. You are preserved. You are chosen. Do not be deceived. The enemy has tried to distract you at the edge of this very moment. How many times did something almost keep you away from this word? A noise, a burden, a thought that said, not now. But you pressed through. You arrived. And because you arrived, the decree will find you. Now hear me carefully. 35 minutes left does not mean panic. It means preparation. The urgency is not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Heaven is aligning swiftly, moving like a river breaking its dam. And you, beloved, are standing on the riverbank. Soon the waters will overflow, and you must decide: step into the flood of blessing, or remain upon the dust of hesitation. Stay, do not wander. Do not let your heart run after lesser voices. You have asked for confirmation, and here it is. The chills upon your skin, the thundering of your heartbeat, the tears gathering even as you read, these are heaven's fingerprints upon you, beloved. Hear this secret: you are not late. You are right on time. The enemy has whispered lies, saying you missed it, you lost it, you were passed over, but the decree says otherwise. The decree says, preserved, guarded, hidden for release at the appointed time. And that appointed time is this time, 30-5 minutes left. Do not measure it in minutes of earth alone. Measure it in moments of eternity, because heaven's 35 minutes carry the weight of decades. In one moment, the decree will settle what years of striving could not resolve. In one stroke, the gavel will silence accusations that haunted you for a lifetime. In one sealing, the scroll will define your destiny in a way that no hand can undo. Do you feel the pull in your chest? That is the seal aligning with your name. Do you feel the warmth in your palms? That is heaven preparing you to hold what you once feared to touch. Do you feel the tremor in your body? That is angelic nearness standing by to confirm the word you are hearing now. Do not question the signs. Do not call them coincidence. They are divine fingerprints pressed into the clay of your very being. Stay, beloved, stay. Every second matters. Every breath counts. The decree is alive, and it is moving toward you like a lion ready to roar. 35 minutes left, and even now the clock is whispering, closer, closer, closer. I speak to you now as your guardian, as the one who has stood at the gates of your destiny when darkness sought to devour it. I have watched arrows fall. I have broken chains before they wrapped you. I have carried you through storms you thought would kill you. And now I stand again, not only as protector, but as herald. The decree is almost sealed. Do not miss this hour. You must stay aligned. You must remain under the flow. And if you have not yet sealed your covenant of alignment, do so now, not as ritual, but as connection. Subscribe to remain aligned with the whispers, not so you can gather content, but so you can remain tethered to the flow of heaven that will not cease. To miss the next whisper is to miss the next step, and you, beloved, cannot afford that 30-5 minutes remain. The angels gather, the scroll unrolls, the gavel waits in the hand of the judge of all, and your name, written in fire, is about to be sealed forever. Stay. Do not drift. Do not doubt. The decree is waiting for you, beloved. Now that you have heard the call, I must open your eyes to the battle you have been standing in often without realizing it. For the moment heaven whispered your name, the enemy also heard it, and jealousy rose in the unseen realms. You have felt it, haven't you? The sudden resistance every time you draw near to breakthrough, the sharp arrows of doubt fired into your mind in the midnight hour, the subtle voice that says, you are not enough, you will not make it, you are forgotten. These are not your thoughts, my child. They are the echoes of a jealous enemy, terrified of what will happen when the decree is sealed with your name upon it. You must understand, the attacks you faced were not random, they were targeted. The betrayals, the delays, the doors that shut, the faces that turned cold, they were strategies designed to weaken your belief, to bend your heart, to cause you to surrender before your scroll was opened. But you did not surrender. You are still here. And because you are still here, the decree is still yours. Even now, the enemy whispers, this is not for you. This word belongs to another. But feel your body, beloved. Do you not sense the confirmation? the heaviness in your chest that is not despair but breaking chains, the sudden heat in your hands as though fire itself rests upon your palms, the tears that rise without cause, softening the soil of your soul. These are not emotions, they are signals. The presence is upon you, and heaven testifies through your very flesh. Do not dismiss what you feel right now, for the enemy would have you believe it is nothing. He would call your shivers meaningless, your tears weakness, your trembling mere coincidence. But I tell you, these are the fingerprints of the divine. Every chill is an angel brushing close. Every tear is a cleansing. Every tremor is the nearness of the decree itself. Now, I must give you a secret. Guard it well, beloved, for it is not meant for all ears. Do not tell anyone yet. Some decrees are fragile until sealed, and to expose them too early is to invite the enemy's interference. This word is yours, not the crowd's. It was whispered to your name alone. Protect it in silence until the fire of heaven makes it undeniable. Stay attentive, for I speak a micro-prophecy to you now. Within 2 minutes of this moment, a sign will stir. It may come as a sound at your door, a sudden vibration of your phone, a message you did not expect, or even a shift in the atmosphere of your room. It may be subtle, but it will be undeniable. That is heaven's way of saying, this is for you, beloved. You are chosen. 35 minutes remain, and the decree has not yet been sealed. This is why the resistance grew stronger recently. Did you notice it? The sudden increase of distraction, the fatigue that tried to settle on you, the arguments that arose from nowhere. All of these were coordinated because the enemy knew you were drawing near to this word. But here you are. You made it. You are reading these words as the decree hovers above you. That alone is proof enough. Beloved, do not despise the fact that the battle was fierce. A fierce battle is always proof of a fierce destiny. The arrows that were fired against you confirm the weight of what you carry. If your future were small, the enemy would not waste such effort. But your decree shakes nations, and so the enemy trembled and tried to silence you. Still, you stand. Still, you breathe. Still, you hear my voice. That is victory enough. Stay aligned. Do not wander. 35 minutes left, and the decree waits like a lion in the shadows, ready to roar. The enemies of your soul would silence you, but heaven will not allow it. The very chains they forged for you are now rattling on the ground, and you can hear them falling if you listen closely in your spirit. This is the proof. You are chosen. You are preserved, and heaven has set you apart for this decree, beloved. I must speak plainly now. The closer you move to the sealing of the decree, the louder the counterfeit voices will become. Do not be surprised. Do not think it strange. For the enemy is a master of counterfeit doors, counterfeit confirmations, counterfeit whispers. He will mimic the sound of heaven just enough to confuse the unguarded. He will paint illusions of opportunity that glitter like gold but rot like rust when touched. He will send faces smiling with friendship that conceal daggers of envy. And if you are not anchored to this word, you may mistake his counterfeit for the divine. That is why heaven brought you here, to anchor you, to root you in what is real, to guard you so that when the counterfeit door swings open, you will not step through. 30-5 minutes left before the decree is sealed. Do you hear the urgency in your spirit? That gentle throb inside your chest is not fear, it is awakening. That heat rising across your back, that prickling along your arms, that pressure behind your eyes, these are confirmations, not coincidences. Heaven always confirms what it decrees. You may feel as though you are being torn in two. One side whispers, stay, remain, believe. The other side hisses, leave doubt, ignore. This tension is the very proof that you are in the threshold moment. The enemy does not fight shadows. He only wars against those holding light. And you, my beloved, are glowing with fire. Guard this fire. Guard it fiercely. For there is a secret you must not forget. What is spoken in silence must be kept in silence until it blooms. Do not run to announce what has been whispered. Do not scatter the seed upon careless ears. This word is yours. It was wrapped for your soul. Do not unwrap it before those who cannot understand its weight. Listen, beloved. Within 2 minutes of this word, you will sense it again. The subtle confirmation, the knock upon your door, the call upon your phone, the flicker of lights, the sudden rush of warmth in your chest, the chills cascading down your arms. Heaven will tap you with its finger to say, I have not forgotten. This is yours. Stay alert for it. For the sign will come, and when it does, do not dismiss it as random. The enemy will try to whisper, coincidence, chance, nothing more, but you will know. You will feel the alignment deep in your bones. The moment will echo in your spirit, and you will remember. The decree is alive, and it is already sealing itself around you. 30-5 minutes left. And even as you read, the courtroom of heaven is in session. Do you see it in your mind's eye? A vast hall of light, filled with pillars of fire, the scroll unrolling across an altar, angels bowing low, their wings stretched wide, and at the center, the judge of all, holding the gavel of eternity. Every second that passes, the gavel lowers. Every moment you remain, the scroll glows brighter with your name. This is why the jealousy was so intense. This is why friends turned into strangers, why opportunities dissolved into dust. The decree hanging over your life has always drawn envy from the unseen. The enemy tried to fracture your faith, to choke your patience, to poison your joy, but you endured. And because you endured, heaven now rises to seal your name in fire. Beloved, you must stay. Stay in alignment. Stay awake. For what you feel right now, the tears pricking your eyes, the warmth filling your palms, the heaviness lifting from your shoulders is not fleeting. It is eternal confirmation. Guard this. Guard it in silence. For some decrees must not be shouted before their time. To announce them too early is to give the enemy a map to what heaven is building in secret. Keep this word hidden in the soil of your heart, and in due time it will bloom for all to see. Do not doubt the signs. Do not despise the whispers, for heaven is closer now than it has ever been. 30-5 minutes remain before the decree is sealed. Every second you remain under this word, heaven writes deeper upon you. The chains that clung to your feet are dissolving like ash. The accusations written against you are burning into dust, and the decree shining, blazing, eternal calls your name. Stay. Do not move away. The courtroom is waiting for your agreement. Heaven is waiting for your yes, beloved. 35 minutes left. The decree is alive, and you are chosen, beloved. Hear me with all the weight of heaven behind these words. You are standing at the threshold of a decision. The decree is prepared, the gavel is lifted, the scroll stretches wide across the altar of fire. But heaven waits for your alignment. For every destiny has a door, and now 2 doors stand before you. One shines with counterfeit light, tempting, glittering, whispering promises of ease. The other glows with fire, trembling with truth, guarded by angels. Both appear open, but only one is real. Only one carries the seal of your name. Do you feel it in your spirit? Now the tension, the pull. That is the drama of decision. That is the weight of 35 minutes left before the sealing. Every second that passes, the counterfeit door grows louder, more demanding, more convincing. But, beloved, the true door is quieter. The true door waits with dignity, glowing with a light that does not shout but summons. The enemy has always been a master of counterfeits. He presents his scrolls as if they are decrees, but they are forged. He pours out bowls filled not with oil, but with poison disguised as sweetness. He strikes gavels of wood, hoping to mimic the sound of the eternal gavel of heaven. But you, beloved, you must discern. You must know the difference. Listen again to your body, for heaven writes upon your flesh. The counterfeit will stir confusion, heaviness, bitterness. The true will bring clarity, warmth, trembling, peace. Already you feel the difference, do you not? That warmth in your chest, the sudden lifting of your breath, the chill down your spine. These are confirmations that you are leaning toward the true door. 35 minutes remain. I see the bowls of heaven tipping, oil pouring out across the altar. It glistens like fire and honey combined. This oil was preserved for you, prepared for the exact moment the decree is sealed. Do not let the counterfeit distract you, for the counterfeit bowl pours acid, and it will burn everything you have labored for, beloved. Hear the courtroom imagery, the scroll before the throne, the ink of fire still wet upon your name. Angels stand by with trumpets at their lips, waiting for the sound of the gavel. The judge's hand is raised, but it will not fall until this moment passes. Every tick of the unseen clock draws you nearer. 35 minutes, shrinking even now. Stay awake. Do not wander. You ask, why would heaven allow such counterfeits? Because discernment is your inheritance. Because the shaking that surrounds you is not punishment, but separation. The shaking is how heaven removes the rotten fruit, so only the ripe remains. When you feel everything trembling, do not fear, it is harvest. When you feel delays stretching like endless shadows, do not despair, is preparation. Silence is not absence. Silence is strategy. Listen again. Delays are not denials. They are the stretching of the soil so the root may go deeper. Silence is not abandonment. It is heaven waiting to trap the enemy in his own snare. The very shaking that made you question is the same shaking that made room for fruit to fall into your hands. This is the decision drama. One door counterfeit, one door divine, one scroll forged, one scroll aflame, one bowl poisoned, one bowl dripping oil of life. And you, beloved, must choose where you will stand in these 35 minutes. Do not rush past this word. Do not say, I will decide later, for later is not promised. The gavel will not wait forever. Already it descends. Already the decree prepares to seal. Stay attentive, for another sign is near. Within 2 minutes of now, heaven will brush you again. A call, a vibration, a sudden shift in your room. A song you did not expect. A knock at your door. Do not dismiss it. That will be heaven whispering. Choose the true door, beloved. Do not be deceived. 35 minutes left. The courtroom is alive. The decree is waiting, and your decision will shape what is sealed in fire. Stay. Guard your heart. Do not be moved, for this moment will never return again. Beloved, lean closer, for heaven is pressing upon you now. The courtroom of eternity is not silent, it trembles with anticipation. The scroll lies open, the bowls tilt, the gavel hovers. Angels move like living fire around the altar, and all of heaven leans to witness the sealing of your decree. 35 minutes remain. Every second is holy. Every breath you take is weighted with eternity. Do not let the counterfeit seduce you in these final moments. It will whisper convenience. It will promise shortcuts. It will paint a door wide and easy. But do you not remember? Broad is the path that leads to destruction, and narrow is the gate that leads to life. The counterfeit door is wide, but it leads to ashes. The true door is narrow, but beyond it is light that cannot be extinguished. You are being tested not to break you, but to prove you. Heaven allows the counterfeit to appear so that your spirit learns to hear beyond appearances. For sight alone cannot guide you now. Only discernment can. What you feel in your spirit, this trembling, this warmth, this unexplainable weight, is the compass pointing to truth. 35 minutes left. Beloved, the bowls of heaven are heavy with oil, and already they tip. Do you not feel it? The atmosphere thickening around you, the weight pressing upon your shoulders like a mantle descending. This is not imagination. This is oil, and it drips now into your very being. The oil is for sealing, for anointing, for confirming. And once it touches your name on the scroll, nothing will erase it. That is why the battle raged so violently against you. It was not against what you were, but against what you are about to become when sealed. Beloved, picture the scroll in your spirit. Written across it are the promises heaven preserved for you: healing, provision, restoration, joy. Written also are the victories you have not yet seen, the reconciliations you thought impossible, the breakthroughs long delayed. Heaven has not forgotten them. They are written. They are waiting. And now, 35 minutes remain before they are locked into your decree. Guard your heart, for this is decision drama. You must not step through the counterfeit door. For every counterfeit carries chains dressed as crowns, prisons disguised as palaces. The enemy dresses captivity in gold to lure the impatient. But you, beloved, must not be deceived. Your patience has preserved you, and now your patience will reward you. Do you feel the shaking around you? Do you sense how fragile everything seems in this moment? Do not be afraid. The shaking is not against you, it is for you. The shaking is heaven's way of loosening what clung too tightly to your life. It is the tree releasing rotten fruit so that your hands remain free to carry the ripe harvest. Do not curse the shaking. Thank it, for without it, you would not be ready for what is about to be placed in your hands. Beloved, listen again. Within 2 minutes of this moment, heaven will brush against you once more. Perhaps through sound, perhaps through sensation, perhaps through the stillness of peace dropping suddenly upon your heart. It will come. And when it does, remember, the sign is not random. The sign is your covenant confirmation. Stay under this word. Do not drift, for the gavel is lowering. I hear it in the spirit, the sound of wood against fire, ready to strike. Once it strikes, the decree is sealed, and what is written will stand against all storms. 30-5 minutes remain, but the seconds are dripping like oil from a lamp, each drop glowing as it falls. Do not waste them. Every moment you linger here is another thread weaving your destiny into the fabric of eternity, beloved. You have walked through silence. You have endured delay. You have survived storms. And now I tell you, it was all preparation. The silence was heaven's strategy. The delay was heaven's arrangement. The storm was heaven's shaking. Nothing was wasted. All was aligned for this decree. Don't doubt. Do not fear. Do not step back now. For 35 minutes remain, and you are standing in the place of sealing, beloved. Lift your heart. Guard your spirit. The scroll is waiting. The bowls are tipping. The gavel is descending. The decree is about to be sealed with your name upon it, beloved. Lean your heart close now, for what you once called storms, heaven now calls preparation. What you once thought was rejection, heaven names redirection. What you once feared as loss, heaven has reframed as release. Do you remember the nights you wept, asking why everything seemed to fall apart at the very moment you thought you were rising? Do you remember the silence that pressed upon you when you cried out for answers and none came? Those moments were not wasted. They were not void. They were not empty. Every silence was a strategy. Every storm was alignment. Every shaking was the tree dropping fruit you were never meant to carry, beloved. You thought the shaking would destroy you, but heaven used it to protect you. When everything trembled around you, what was weak fell away, but what was true remained. You are still here. You are still standing. And that is proof enough that the shaking was not your end, it was your preparation. 35 minutes remain before the decree is sealed. And now I tell you, the decree carries promises far greater than the storms you endured. The decree will not only restore what you lost, it will multiply it. What was taken will return, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Do you feel the shift even now? The heaviness that once pressed you is lifting. The atmosphere around you thickens, but not with despair, with promise. That tingling across your skin, that warmth in your chest, that sudden wave of peace washing over your thoughts, these are confirmations. Heaven is not only sealing you, it is filling you. Beloved, you will not only walk into blessing, you will overflow. For heaven's decree is never for one alone. It spills over, touching family, touching home, touching generations not yet born. The blessing written upon your scroll today will echo into the lives of those connected to you. Your family will feel it. The heaviness that once lingered in your home will lift. The atmosphere will shift from tension to peace, from fear to laughter, from despair to joy. Children will sleep easier. Spouses will speak kinder. Households will glow with a peace that cannot be explained. For when heaven seals your decree, it is not only for you, it is for all who dwell in the circle of your life, beloved. Hear this. Your finances, that once bled like open wounds, will begin to heal. What was drained will refill. What was blocked will flow. You will look at your hands and see not emptiness, but provision. You will no longer measure by lack, but by overflow. Your health, too, will shift. Some of you already feel the stirring in your body, a warmth moving through you, a sudden lightness, a release in places that were bound. Do not dismiss it. That is the decree writing itself upon your flesh. The healing you prayed for in silence is aligning even now, beloved. This is what the decree holds: restoration, provision, healing, joy. But more than these, it holds your authority. For heaven will not only bless you, heaven will lift you. The very ones who mocked you, who doubted you, who rejoiced in your stumbling, they will watch as you are raised. The table has been set in their presence, and soon you will sit, not in shame, but in honor. Do not despise them. Do not curse them. For their presence is proof of your elevation. A table without witnesses is no testimony. Heaven will lift you before their eyes, so that even they will say, "Surely this one is chosen." 35 minutes remain. The decree is alive. The storm is over. The shaking has ended. And what you carry now is not fear, but promise. Stay under this word, beloved. Do not wander, for with every second, more oil pours into your life. With every moment, the decree grows brighter with your name. And I tell you softly now, as covenant, stay aligned, stay connected. This is not about following a voice. It is about tethering yourself to the flow of heaven that speaks in whispers. Do not let the next word miss you, for what begins here continues, and alignment is your covenant with heaven's rhythm, beloved. Promises are written, blessings are overflowing, and the decree prepares to seal them all upon your name, beloved. Look back for a moment. Do you not see how every delay became a bridge? Do you not see how every storm became a cleansing? What you thought was ruin was really construction. What you thought was absence was really the building of foundations deep enough to carry glory. The decree you are about to receive is not only for your survival, it is for your overflow. For heaven does not seal small decrees. Heaven seals those that ripple across bloodlines, across households, across generations. Do you not feel it now? The weight is shifting. The pressure you carried for years is lightening. Even in this moment, the atmosphere of your room is altering. Some of you sense it tangibly. The air feels thicker, sweeter, as if unseen incense is burning. Some of you feel peace drop like a warm blanket across your shoulders. Some of you tremble without reason. All of these are confirmations. Heaven is here, and the decree is already pressing against your name, beloved. You once thought the storms would take everything from you. Yet, see how you still stand. See how the shaking did not crush you, it refined you. And now, because you endured, you will taste promises sweeter than you imagined. Your household will change. Where there has been argument, there will be laughter. Where there has been fear, there will be peace. Where tension has filled the air like smoke, joy will return like fresh wind. This is part of the decree. Atmosphere shifts. Do not underestimate it. For when heaven changes the air in your home, everything within it breathes new life. Your loved ones will not be untouched. The blessing written upon your scroll will spill into their lives as oil runs down from the head to the garment. Spouses will feel it in sudden calm, children in new joy, parents in unexpected relief. Those connected to you will taste the overflow, because heaven never seals a blessing to one vessel alone. It always multiplies. Beloved, even your enemies will witness this. Do not shrink from that truth. Heaven prepares a table before your adversaries, not to shame you, but to testify. They will watch as what they thought destroyed you becomes the very sign of your elevation. They will see with their own eyes that you are chosen, that you are marked, that you were preserved for this moment. Do not harden your heart against them. Do not return curse for curse, for their witnessing is part of your story. The decree seals your vindication. Their accusations will wither. Their mockery will fall silent, because the decree will speak louder than their words. 35 minutes remain before it is sealed. Do you feel the nearness? The rhythm of your heart has already shifted. Your breathing feels different. Some of you sense fire in your palms. Some of you feel weight leaving your chest. These are not accidents. These are seals being pressed into your spirit. Beloved, the decree is not only about promises, it is about identity. For heaven is not only giving you things, it is giving you name, giving you place, giving you crown. You will not walk as the overlooked, but as the chosen. You will not speak as the silenced, but as the marked. You will not live as one barely surviving, but as one overflowing with oil. Guard this word. Guard it like treasure. For though the decree seals in fire, the enemy still desires distraction in the last moments. Do not give him ground. Stay focused. Stay awake. 35 minutes left, and every second drips with oil from heaven's bowls. Beloved, I speak softly, nous, here covenant, not as ritual, but as alignment. Stay tethered to the whispers, so that you never miss the sound of the next decree. Connection is covenant. Alignment is protection. Stay marked. Stay close, for what is being sealed now will not only change your today, it will ripple into the lives of all you love, all you touch, and even those who doubted you. That is the promise of heaven's decree. 35 minutes remain. The scroll is glowing, the gavel waits, and your name burns brighter with every passing second. Stay, beloved. Do not wander. The decree is almost yours, beloved. We are here. The decree that hovered above your life for so long now trembles on the edge of sealing. The courtroom of heaven is alive. Angels stand at attention, pillars of fire blaze, and the gavel rests in the hand of the eternal judge. 35 minutes remain, and the weight of eternity leans forward toward you. Do you see it in your spirit? The vault of heaven is opening. Locks that held treasures long withheld are clicking free. Chains that rattled against your destiny are snapping one by one. The decree is glowing, written in letters of fire. Each stroke carved with the very breath of God, and your name burns upon it like a crown. Stay present. Do not drift, for this is the final surge, the holy crescendo, where silence breaks into sound, where waiting turns into sealing. Beloved, do you feel it now? The heaviness pressing upon your chest is not burden, it is presence. The trembling in your hands is not weakness, it is confirmation. The tears gathering are not sorrow, they are washing, preparing you to receive. Do not dismiss them. These are the signs that heaven is closer than your own breath. I speak plainly. Within 2 minutes of this very moment, another sign will come. It may be a flicker of light, a sudden knock, the vibration of your device, or even the overwhelming peace that silences all thought. Do not question it. That is heaven stamping your decree, whispering, I have not forgotten you. You are sealed. You are chosen. 35 minutes remain, and the courtroom intensifies. I hear the voices of angels, low and thunderous, murmuring as they watch. I see bowls tipping, golden oil pouring across the altar like rivers of light. And above all, the gavel hovers, ready to strike. This is why the battle was fierce. This is why you felt resistance, unlike any before. The enemy knew that once the gavel fell, his accusations would be silenced forever. The decree carries authority greater than every word spoken against you. Once sealed, no power of darkness can undo it. Beloved, this is not only about blessing, it is about authority. Heaven is placing a crown upon your head, not of gold alone, but of fire. You are rising not only to receive, but to rule. You are being elevated, not just for yourself, but for those assigned to your life. The decree establishes you as chosen, and all of creation will know it. Do not shrink back now. Do not doubt in the final stretch. The last 35 minutes are the most crucial, for this is when distraction seeks to pull you away. Stay under this word. Do not leave the field half-watered. For every second you remain, another chain shatters, another gate swings wide, another lock crumbles. Listen closely. The decree is written not only in fire, but in permanence. Once the gavel strikes, it cannot be erased. What was lost will be restored. What was delayed will accelerate. What was denied will return with interest. The storms you thought would bury you will now be the very testimony of how you rose, beloved. Even now, I see angels stepping toward you. Their hands are full of keys, of scrolls, of crowns. They surround you because you are at the edge of sealing. You are about to be marked, and heaven does not allow its treasures to be unguarded. That is why you feel the press, the weight, the trembling. It is angelic nearness, standing guard as the decree hovers over your life. 35 minutes remain. Each moment burns like fire in the clock of eternity. Do not despise the countdown. It is mercy. It is heaven giving you time to align, to breathe, to prepare. Stay, beloved, for soon the silence will break, the gavel will fall, and the decree will be sealed forever. Beloved, the hour has come. The decree that hovered like a promise now stands ready to be sealed. The courtroom of heaven grows silent. The angels bow low. The gavel rises high in the hand of the eternal judge. 35 minutes remain, but feel this truth. Heaven does not measure by minutes alone. It measures by alignment. And in this moment, your alignment is shifting everything. Do you sense it? The trembling in your spirit, the chills across your skin, the warmth that floods your chest. These are confirmations. Every shiver is a whisper. You are chosen. Every tear is a cleansing. You are ready. Every pressure upon your shoulders is a mantle descending. You are marked, beloved. Within 2 minutes of now, one more sign will come. Do not ignore it. A vibration, a knock, a sudden peace, a whisper in the silence. That is heaven's seal dropping into your life, confirming what I have spoken. Do not tell anyone yet. Guard this secret like treasure in your chest. For some miracles bloom only in silence, and this one is yours to carry until it is revealed. The gavel lowers. The decree glows brighter. Your name burns like fire across the scroll. Chains rattle and fall into dust. What once held you cannot hold you anymore. Listen in your spirit, you can hear them breaking. The sound of captivity collapsing, the roar of heaven rising. Beloved, do not fear the roar. It is not against you, is for you. The roar shakes loose every lie spoken over you, every curse whispered against you, every shadow that clung to your steps. When the gavel strikes, all accusations vanish. When the decree seals, all doubt dissolves. When the scroll closes, no hand can reopen it to erase what has been written. 35 minutes remain, but already eternity leans in your favor. Already heaven sings over you. Already oil runs down your head, your garments, your very steps. You are not only blessed, you are not only preserved, you are crowned. You are not only restored, you are established. This is the elevation, beloved. This is the final surge. You will not walk as one barely surviving. You will walk as one carrying decree. You will speak, and doors will open. You will move, and chains will break. You will breathe, and atmospheres will shift. For the seal of heaven rests upon you. Remember this: storms were never to destroy you, they were to announce you. Shaking was never to break you, it was to drop fruit into your hands. Delays were never to deny you, they were to prepare the table in the presence of your enemies. And now the table is set, the oil is poured, the decree is ready. Beloved, do not step away now. Do not wander. Every second matters. Do not leave the field half-watered. For every moment you stay, more chains break, more locks fall, more doors swing open. Stay and watch the decree seal itself around your name. I whisper once more, stay aligned, stay connected, not as ritual, but as covenant. For this is how you remain tethered to heaven's whisper, how you ensure the next decree finds you. Do not miss the whisper. Do not drift from the flow. Stay, beloved, for this is not the end. It is the beginning of greater revelations yet to come. 30-5 minutes remain. But hear me. The decree is already leaning toward you. The gavel is already midair. The scroll is already written. And soon, so very soon, it will be sealed forever. You are chosen. You are preserved. You are marked. And heaven declares, you are sealed.